Imagine my shock. I'm researching for a video and find something I didn't think many people in Japan, let alone the world, know about. This is the story of how I found a lost Megaten game. There's a lot that goes into a research-heavy video of mine. In the old days, I was quite literally just looking around Megaten Wiki, Eric Icarus's blogs, Digis translations, maybe sprinkle in some Wikipedia, and that was good enough. But since then, I have matured, as a content creator at least. A focus of mine has been thoroughness, detail, and extensive research. Something as simple as the first 10 minutes of my Soul Hackers 2 video took me buying Japanese magazines, sifting through any mention of the game in Japan, watching the Japanese live streams about the game, asking friends like Frank to send me bits of magazines so I could read those for the video. Thank you, Frank, by the way. A larger video, though, would take me buying CDs for the liner notes, find arcane archived websites, buy all the books, magazines, and guidebooks related to the game in hopes of finding a mere crumb of new information. The Nocturne Force Battle video taught me that I can't simply just limit myself to the content pertaining to that game, because the Force Battle lyrics, the revelation part that I got excited about, was found in the Strange Journey liner notes. So naturally, the longer I do this, invariably the videos will become more detailed and old videos become worse by comparison. This also increases how long it takes me to make a single video. That's kind of what sparked this journey. I decided that I wanted to remake some of my old videos, to add new information and to make the content the same caliber as current day LaRue. And also because I really hate the feeling that I have these videos that are missing key information that would be really important in my opinion. The first video I decided to remake was my vaporware video. I had new info and a better delivery, so why not? Well, I started work, and like most projects, I ended up jumping around to other things. One such thing was the Angriest Atlas staff video. I was trying to find each staff named in that video, and inadvertently fell into looking at the companies that worked around Atlas and were not subsidiaries, because I thought maybe the people that were involved might not actually be Atlas staff anymore, and maybe I could find them that way somehow. This led me to Sims Co. Limited. I don't think you know who they are, so let me explain. Sims was a company established as a joint venture between Sega and Sanritsu in 1991. They made a few Sega titles, including the Mega Drive version of Outrun, the unreleased version of Tetris for the Mega Drive, and more. Well, I guess I should also mention that they also released Megaten games, including the Last Bible Special, the Game Gear version of Last Bible, and the Mega CD version of Shin Megami Tensei 1. What makes this all interesting is that when I was looking for more information about Sims, I somehow landed on an archived Yahoo blog. This blog had pictures of a magazine, more specifically, a magazine appendix. This was for Beep Mega Drive, and the appendix was about Sims and their upcoming projects. I found that they listed Shin Megami Tensei 1 Mega CD, and that's interesting. But then when you turn the page, there's something even more interesting. Devil Buster. Devil Buster's got the first reference in Megami Tensei 2. It's a game your character plays that's a top-down dungeon explorer with first-person combat, not unlike Dragon Quest. But the term comes up again in Devil Summoner in the Devil Buster Busters. Their whole shtick is explained as such. A duo of cool and self-proclaimed invincible demons who are formed to vanquish the Devil Busters, they're evil people, who bully demons. The belligerent older brother, Jack Frost, is armed with an assault rifle, a bulletproof jacket, and an iron helmet. In contrast, his feisty younger brother, Jack-o'-lantern, wears a scouter-like lens on his head and holds an old-fashioned sword in his hand. It is said that they fight honorably day and night to make people swear that they will never bully a demon again. Though unfortunately, nobody has ever heard of them actually fighting off a Devil Buster. Don't go dancing in the clubs or anything, just do your best. Hee-ho, brothers. The magazine describes the game in the heading as such. Warriors who stood up to prevent the resurrection of the Demon King. Devil Buster. Devil Buster is not the name of the Demon King, it's just what it says next. The page features a lot of content and it's amazing. We have the title screen, what looks like the story opening cinematic stuff, some battle screens, some kind of character selection screen, and another screen that looks like it's a stage select screen, meaning there are 4 stages: fire, water, wind, and earth. This first page has some very interesting tidbits. The text near the cinematic says that in 1999, the door to the demon world was opened by nuclear explosion. However, someone dropped a new type of bomb on the ground, and the world was plunged into war. On the left, it looks like it says, in 1999, Nostradamus' great prophecy will come true, and the great king of terror arrives. Text under one of the images says, and the power of the new type of bomb cut through space, which became a door to the demon world. Spirits, weapons, demons, the options are perfect. So this is really just exciting to me. The premise is so simple but effective. It's reminiscent of SMT, but it's kind of different enough to be something else. Tying it together with the whole world-ending prophecy by Nostradamus is actually pretty cool. And at the time in 1993, I think this was a relatively fresh idea. The pages continue by saying, how about turning the game introduced in the previous page, Shin Megami Tensei 1, into an action game? This proposal is what became Devil Buster. And there's this bit of text under the character selection screen. It describes the characters. A human girl who is a spirit swordsman who can summon numerous spirits. A powered suit equipped with anti-demon armor and weapons. And the devil warrior who was driven out of the demon world to oppose the resurrection of the demon king. These are the 3 warriors you can choose from. Yes, there's 3 different characters of different backgrounds, but their goal of stopping the demon king is the same. I gotta say that it's super interesting that they did this variety. It reminds me of Contra, or it reminds me of like Golden Axe, just like this very varied cast of characters, all with very different gameplay styles. The stages are based on the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, and earth. And when it's all cleared, I can't read the text, so I couldn't tell you what it says. At the end of each stage, a demon boss awaits you. The second page actually describes each stage, but it's really hard to read. I can only make out a couple of different words. The pictures from the blog are very poor quality in terms of that, and there's angles that cut off key information. But this is so intensely interesting. To summarize, this is an action game with 3 playable characters, 4 stages, and set in a similar setting to SMT. Seems like Golden Axe might be an apt comparison for how it would have played. This game seems to have gotten rather far into development, but as is the nature with these old things, the info is relatively sparse. This blog posted the images in 2008, and I have not found any more information about this, except Devil Buster being on a list of cancelled Mega CD games. And worse, it did have a month of release, seemingly June of 1993. Honestly, I'm deadly curious as to whether the game was just reskinned or retooled to be something else. I had a lot of trouble finding the complete library of Sims work, so I don't know if there's another game that ended up being very similar to this. I also saw this blog state the code name for the game before the reveal was Megaten Tensei. This is super interesting because the game that I've been talking about up to this point is not Megaten Tensei as we know it. That was made by a completely different company, Multimedia Intelligence Transfer. And to be honest, that just makes me more excited because that tells me that some of these names that were outsourced to other companies might have been things that were shopped around. Maybe the reason for the name change was to distance itself from Shin Megami Tensei just a little bit, because nothing that I read in here really talks about Shin Megami Tensei. I don't see anything that looks like Shin Megami Tensei famous demons or anything. I'm assuming that there's more information in the interview that's in this appendix, but I couldn't read it, and that sucks. It was an interview with the then president of Sims, Mr. Shigeta. The notes mentioned that Shigeta said he wanted to do an SMT2 port for the Mega CD, but we know that also didn't happen. I'm currently looking for this particular magazine, so if I get my hands on it, I can update y'all. But there you go. That's the story of how I found a lost Megaten game. This game isn't mentioned anywhere, by the way. Not in the 25th anniversary book, not in any interviews or in official sites that I have seen before. And frankly, I'm shocked that I found out about it because yeah, archived site, and from 2008, and I couldn't even find anyone talking about this in English. What do you guys think? Does this game sound interesting to you? Frankly, it sounds like my kind of game. I loved these types of games when I was a kid, and the idea that there was probably a Megaten version, or maybe there's like a prototype of this somewhere, is super exciting to me. I'm hoping that prototypes for this exist in the vaults of Atlas Japan, or maybe with Sims, Sims is currently owned by Sega, I believe, so maybe there's a chance that it might reappear somehow. And maybe with this video or something, there might be more information about it. Maybe there could be some buzz stirred about this lost game. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. Thank you to my channel members, A Lie Remains a Lie, Iridius, and my fellow Megaten tier channel member, FF12Kid. Follow me on Twitch for insane live streams. Follow me on Twitter for insane live tweets. And like this video, tell me what you think, and subscribe, you know, because you can. Also, buy my merch. Goodbye, fellow Megatenists.